You, yes you, should absolutely not be paying full price on your next laptop. Let's say you want to buy a powerful one. In 2024, the most powerful laptop processors are the same as they were last year, just rebranded to trick you into thinking you're getting something more. The NVIDIA graphics is the exact same, including the name, and almost all of the larger powerful laptops haven't been redesigned. So you can save up to $1,000 buying last year's model over this year's, and it will be 99% the same thing. In this video, not only am I going to give you my quick tips, but I'm also going to tell you exactly which laptops you can save the most on. Tip number 1, buy on sale. The sheer number of people that I see in an Apple store buying laptops at full price shows how painfully unknown this tip is, especially as most of them could just walk down the road to a retailer and buy the same laptop for $200 off. You see, Apple doesn't discount their laptops, their retailers do. Never ever buy a laptop at its MSRP price, unless it's a laptop buying emergency, of course. You see, those MSRP prices are just inflated to make the laptops look more desirable when they are on sale, and boy do laptops go on sale a lot. After 5 years of covering this industry, here's what I've observed. Most laptops go on sale on public holidays and at big annual sales events like Black Friday or Labor Day. In addition to this, manufacturers and retailers regularly put their laptops on rotating sales. So, buy during one of those sales periods that I just mentioned, or use a site like ours to ensure you're getting the best deal. Tip number 2, know a good deal when you see it. As a rule of thumb, if a laptop has an MSRP price of $1,000 or less, it's only a good buy if you can get it for at least $200 off. If it's above $1,000, you should be looking for a discount of around $300 to $400, with the exception of Lenovo's online store. The Lenovo pricing team seems to think that we are all morons. They always massively inflate the MSRP price of their laptops, in the hope that we will think they are on huge sales. We know what they're up to, and so do you. So, on our website, we handle Lenovo differently. We only add their laptops to our crazy deals list when we feel their sales are competitive based on what we've seen in the past. Tip number 3, use the discounts that are available to you. If you're a student, your school likely has discounts that you can use. If you're an employee, check your HR portal. You'll probably find discounts there. And if you're a veteran, same thing. And try calling the manufacturer's sales number and ask them, do they have any special coupons or deals currently going? Tip number 4, negotiate. While you have that sales rep on the line, tell them that you're ready to purchase if they can just do a little better on the price. Ask them to throw in a free extended warranty. Although none of this works on Apple, it does on many other brands. One viewer actually reported that when he called Dell's sales team because of my negative review on their XPS laptop, he was able to save hundreds of dollars on his purchase. Tip number 5, buy a laptop from last year. This is probably the biggest way that you can save money right now. Manufacturers release new products each year so that buyers think there is a reason to upgrade. But for many laptops right now, it's just an illusion. Intel's 14th generation of processors, which are in very large, powerful laptops, are almost identical to their 13th gen. The whole 14th gen naming is a disgrace and created by Intel to mislead you that you are getting something significantly better. You are not. Same goes with AMD. Their whole naming scheme, which starts with a number like 8, is to make you think it is better than their 7 series. The truth can be found hidden in the 3rd digit of AMD's product name. If it's a 4, it's using Zen 4 technology. So, the current 8840HS processor will actually perform almost identically to the 7840HS from last year. And as I said earlier, NVIDIA hasn't launched any new laptop graphics this year, and props to them for at least not misleading us with a new naming scheme. So, if you're buying a laptop with the parts I just mentioned and it hasn't been redesigned, or there aren't any other major upgrades, you can save huge dollars by buying last year's model. That being said, there are new processors that are worth considering paying more for. Intel's Core Ultra processor, which is found in small to medium-sized Windows laptops, and Apple's M3 processor. These do deliver benefits over their predecessors, such as more performance, less fan noise, less heat you feel, and longer battery life. And even for laptops that have gone through significant redesigns, they do not always make the laptop better. For example, Asus's new Zephyrus G14. It looks sexier, it is slimmer, and it is lighter. But its fan noise is worse than last year's model, and its OLED screen does have a screen door effect. This wasn't present on last year's IPS panel. To make your life easy, here are the specific Windows laptops from last year that I recommend buying this year, if the price is a decent amount less, of course. For light users doing office work and schoolwork, Asus's ZenBook 14, HP's Pavilion Plus 14, and Lenovo's ThinkPad X1 Carbon. For those looking for strong CPU performance like programmers, Asus's ZenBook 14X, Lenovo's IdeaPad 5 Pro, and Lenovo's Slim Pro 9i 14 or 16. The last two, by the way, are also known as the Yoga Pro 9i. For those looking for strong GPU performance for gaming or video editing, Asus's Zephyrus G14, Acer's Predator Helios 16 or 18, any of Lenovo's Legion 7s from 2023, including the Slim and Pro, the Razer Blade 14 or 18, or Dell's XPS 17. And when it comes to MacBooks, the move from M2 to M3 changed almost nothing about the laptop other than the processor itself. For example, most people who are buying a MacBook Air for light use will notice no difference in buying a MacBook Air with M2 versus the current model with M3. Heck, if you want to say big, the 2020 MacBook Air with M1, it is still very viable. And many people doing programming or creative work will notice very little difference going from a MacBook Pro with an M2 Pro or Max chip to one with an M3 Pro or Max chip. Trust me, I have all of them. I regularly switch between them and I can't tell the difference, and I'm a full-time laptop reviewer. Plus, if you truly need all the extra GPU cores and CPU cores of the M3 Max over the M2, you know who you are and should buy that model anyway. Now, for you Apple buyers specifically, I do have a couple of videos on this topic, which I'll link in the description. And if you do want to go back further than 2023, check out our best laptop buying guides from prior years, so you know which laptops to look for. But, what happens if you can't find anywhere selling the older models new? This leads us to my next tip. Tip number 6, buy returned or refurbished. If you're buying a second-hand laptop, I would buy from a retailer or manufacturer's refurbished store. That's over Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, eBay, or Craigslist. You see, Dell, Lenovo, and Apple, they all have refurbished stores, and Best Buy has their open box program, same with Amazon Renewed. The reason I suggest buying from one of these is that you'll likely still get the manufacturer's warranty, and it will probably still be covered under the store's return policy. So, if there is something wrong with the laptop or you just don't like it, you have recourse. Folks, most of the time these laptops were returned because a customer bought one and they just couldn't handle the issues they found with it. I've tested hundreds of laptops and every laptop has negatives. It's about buying one with cons that you can deal with. What I'm saying here is that many of these refurbished laptops have nothing inherently wrong with them. Tip number 7, use reward programs. Many retailers and manufacturers have reward programs available. Also, several have credit cards with enhanced rewards. I am absolutely not advocating anyone get another credit card unless you do it responsibly and are 120% sure that you will never pay interest. Because these credit cards have horrific interest rates and fees, and paying them will negate everything that I just talked about. But if you can afford to completely pay it off and have the discipline to not use the credit card for any other things, this can save you a couple of extra %. Tip number 8, stack discounts and deals. Most tips that I talked about today stack. Let's say you want to buy a MacBook Air. If you buy the current M3 base model from Apple, that is, you'll pay $1,100. If you buy last year's M2 model from them, you'll save $100. But if you buy that same laptop from Best Buy, where they discount Apple's laptops, you can get it for $849. That's at least on a sale at the time we recorded this video. Then, if you buy a returned unit from them, you can get it for $770, with the same warranty and return policy. And if you have Best Buy's credit card, you can get an additional 5% back in rewards. That's about $40 worth. So, the net effective price is $730. That takes Apple's fantastic MacBook Air down from a price of $1,100 to $730. That's a whopping 66% of the original price, and we aren't even in one of those big sales periods like Black Friday. Tip number 9, beware of upgrades that you don't need. Upgrades can be incredibly pricey. If you are buying a MacBook, think twice. No, think 3 times about spending big on upgrades. They are hugely overpriced. Often it makes more sense to just step up to a model that already has the upgrades you want, or just not upgrade it at all. Most people who upgrade don't even need the upgrade, and at best will save seconds on the performance task they are running. Waiting a couple of years and just buying a new Mac as a strategy will have more substantial upgrades. I have an entire video on this topic which I'll link in the description, but the skinny is this. Apple laptops hold their value incredibly well in the second-hand market, and it's often better to more frequently sell and upgrade. Now on the Windows side, if your laptop has upgradable memory and storage, usually it just makes more sense to upgrade it yourself. Well, that's my top tips for saving big when buying a new laptop. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, share it with someone you know. Let's empty those Apple stores of uneducated buyers who are paying full price. And if someone you know already did, just show them these cute puppies. Hopefully it will help them feel better. Our website, which I mentioned earlier, can be found at justjosh.tech. It lists all the laptops that we recommend for various types of users and where to go to get the best deals on them. Let's end with a YouTuber shtick. Smash that like button and get subscribed. Not only does it help this channel grow, which means that we can make more videos for you, but as I always say, it makes my dearest mother very proud. Till next time, go do something awesome with your day, and I will catch you later.